We're live, Auntie Liz.
Yes, we are.
Where's your line? You're usually in there with We're Live. I'm stealing it off you.
No, it's fine. You can have it. I've literally just finished watching Martine's video that was called New Beginnings, and I thought it was a retirement video. It's not.
He's not retiring?
No. But he was talking about, it was interesting, actually. It was really good. He was talking about what happened at the Arnolds and, you know, just giving his body a break, and how his sort of attitude towards content creation has changed, because it used to sort of almost be in like a rat race of collaborating with people and trying to get things out quickly for the clicks and all that sort of stuff, into now just doing what they enjoy doing. So it was really good.
Sounds good.
Quite enjoyed it.
Hello from Swindon.
But anyway, sorry, where are we? Hello.
A tattooed zoologist. Hello from Swindon. We've got a fellow Swindoner.
Swindonian.
Yeah. I'm not originally from Swindon.
No. You can tell.
I'm a traitor.
Dearie me. But we hope people all had a great week and are having a lovely weekend. Let's see what we've got in the chat. Lots of members here. Hello members. Hello non-members too. Cousin Fred gifting some memberships. Thank you very much, Fred.
Hey Fred, hope you're well.
Very generous. I saw someone commented about Mitch's video, and thanks to that, we now have the events, which is good because now we can more openly talk about things, because as you all know,
I've seen a few people have been posting events recently. I don't know how much they're allowed to post, but I have seen a few people have been posting things up.
It was leaked onto Reddit. Yeah.
Reddit to blame.
Reddit.
Well, we might talk about the events in a little while. Let's see who's online first.
Yeah, let's see who you say. We got a super chat here from Fred. Thank you, Fred. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Well, I did it after a month of thinking about it. I bought the, what's that? The Vitruvian trainer? Is that what that is? A couple of weeks and I will be able to work out on the road.
Excellent.
I don't know what that is. I'm going to quickly Google it.
It sounds like some kind of contraption that can allow him to work out while he's driving.
On the road.
Well, hopefully not while he's driving, but
well, he is a trucker, isn't he?
He is, yes. But Fred, we want to see you training.
I have to see what this is.
Auntie Liz is looking it up.
Oh gosh, hold on. You know, when you're under pressure and you suddenly can't type. Trainer.
I've got to go see what this is.
Yeah. I'm intrigued. What is it? Digital home gym.
Yeah, give it a click.
Oh.
Right, we'll let Auntie Liz look at that.
There's a few websites. Hold on.
Anyway,
sorry.
We wish you well with your training, Cousin Fred. I hope it goes well.
Oh, okay. So it's like a compact gym with lots of things that you can do in it, and I guess it's portable as well. Yeah, so it's like resistance work.
Cool.
There you go.
Excellent.
Well done, Fred.
Good for you. Yeah. Good for Fred. Monica, how are you doing? Who made it in early today? It's good to have you with us.
Soon to be Mrs. Monica Magnuson.
When are they getting married?
I don't know.
Oh.
You'd think we'd have been asked to be part of the wedding party by now. I'm guessing that's not happening. I'm joking, Monica. Yeah.
Hip flipping Mama Kelly, how you doing? Strongman family all here again on a Sunday evening.
Yes.
So look at this. Mitch posted up his latest video, which I haven't watched yet, but I believe I'm in.
There you go. That's nice.
Yeah, I had a few messages about that. So I will definitely be watching that tomorrow. I've been a busy day today, spending time with the family and then arm wrestling. Now doing this, and then I'm doing a Talking Strongman after this. So
you are.
It's a busy old day, but all is good. I will definitely watch that video tomorrow.
Finally, doggo time. No, guys, we figured out how to.
Well, for now, she's calm.
What we have to do, because we have to do a little bit of rearranging for filming. We've been doing it really early and sitting here for quite some time before we start recording.
Plus, she has had a busy day today.
Gives her time to settle. Yeah, she went on a really long walk. Well, long for her anyway.
Yeah,
and she got to play with some other doggies. It was so cute. She was so sweet.
Made some friends.
She did. Made some friends at the park, which was nice. There we go. Oh, someone else has looked up for her. Oh, did you see any of? No, you haven't seen any of the under 105 strongest. I don't know who's won. We also don't have any results yet from Martinique.
I know day one results, but day two, it's such a big time difference. I think they're still probably competing now, to be honest.
I'm sure they are. But Calvin de Ruyter was leading after day one. However, probably not the best events for him on day two.
It was a truck pull and a deadlift, I believe, yesterday.
Yes,
so
that's
truck
right.
pull is amazing for him.
Yes.
I don't know what the events were today. I think there was a Hercules hold in there.
There is a Hercules hold. There's an overhead.
Yeah.
I think, was it Viking press?
I think there was an arm over arm as well, actually.
Okay. Interesting. Nice picture of the family and the dog. Thank you very much. Will Puffy suddenly go nuts again? We really hope not.
It's from Sweden.
It's not so bad on the live because we can all have a laugh and apologize. But when we're actually trying to sit down and film, it is a problem, isn't it? Like unexplained yapping in the background. Yeah. All right.
What's that about Martins? That's what you.
That's what I was just talking about. Yeah. I wonder who was responsible for the Reddit leak. We'll never know for sure.
Liz the leaker, was it you?
It can never be proven.
Was it you?
What I do online is my own business.
My goodness.
No, of course it wasn't me. Liz the leaker. No, we do need a better name than that. That sounds disgusting.
That is not a good name. That's definitely not a name I want my wife to go by.
No, I'm going red. Hello from Sweden. Hello from California. Oh, all these places. All
Switzerland.
From places that sound way more exciting than we are right now. Wiltshire. World's Strongest Man can hardly complain about leaks this close to the competition. The promotion has been terrible.
Agreed.
Our biggest issue with them not releasing the events, it makes it really hard for athletes to promote. It makes it hard for
I saw someone kind of saying, "Oh, but it's a TV show. That's why they don't care." That is true, but for the last few years, they have been much better at kind of building the lead up to World's Strongest Man and the fans that want to follow it along online. I mean, World's Strongest Man themselves were posting the results last year.
Yeah, they were.
It's for the last few years. It's like, they're starting to listen, and it seems this year that it's gone backwards.
It's stopped.
And I'm not going to stop saying that because
it's true. It seems.
I felt like we were just kind of a little bit getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Just, not anywhere near where we need to be, but it felt like we were moving in the
right direction.
And now it feels like we've taken a giant step backwards.
Hopefully.
And I'm not happy about it.
No, Lazo. You're getting quite animated over there. No, I know. It is frustrating because what can we even talk about with World's Strongest Man? It's happening on these dates. And
the great thing we do have is we know Europe's Strongest Man is happening next weekend.
Yeah, that is. And that's very exciting. Yes. Shame, obviously, Mateusz is out because he was my favourite to win. I think probably Luke. Now.
Do you know what's great about Europe's out, though?
Go on.
I have no athletes in it, so I can do predictions.
Yes.
And none of you can say anything about my predictions.
And
you can say they're wrong or right, but
enjoy
you can't.
it. I do have an athlete in it, which makes it very difficult for me.
Oh, your buddy Rauno.
No, my client.
Your client Rauno.
Client Rauno.
Client Rauno. I wonder where Rauno, if you're watching, I don't know if he's watching or not, sometimes he pops in. Where do you think you can place at Europe's?
Yeah, let us know, Rauno.
I want to know.
We're very confident. Oh dear.
Do you think he'll win?
We're just very confident. But new talking strongman. Yes. So it's going to be Austin Andrade. Is that how I say his name? I've always been Andrade. And also Nick Guardiola. Oh, have I said his name right? Oh no, now I'm panicking. But Austin is doing his first World's Strongest Man this year, and Nick won the Amateur Arnold. Yes. Austin also won the Shaw Classic Open last year, so he'll be doing that too.
He's a beast. He's an absolute beast. If you haven't seen him compete, he is a future superstar.
Yeah, and they train together, so they're going to come on together, so that should be fun. Martin's latest video telling people about the future just makes me happy. Martin's has such a way about him, doesn't he? He's just such an interesting character, isn't he? Delightful person to listen to. Who are you talking to? I don't know.
You just said.
Oh, right, on the Talking Strongman. Sorry. All right. Will you be doing a predictions video for Europe's this week?
Absolutely, we will.
With my son from Hereford on the train. Yes.
So Europe's is sold out.
Yeah,
which is cool. Europe's is it's an awesome show, and this year's Europe's, even with Mateusz pulling out, it's still a really good lineup. We've got 3 former winners competing.
Yeah,
Ivers, who's been on the podium, Browno, obviously, but there's a lot of guys that are competing that haven't yet qualified for Worlds, but might potentially have a chance to get to Worlds. So, also, I'll tell you a little secret.
Ooh, go on.
Normally, because Europe's is close to Worlds, the events at Europe's are very similar to the events for the heats of World's Strongest Man.
It's not a secret.
Well, if people wanted to know what events are, like I
right.
know things are leaking,
Well,
but
the events are out now.
it's something that if you look over the last few years, like it's just been a theme.
Yeah. Why isn't World's Strongest Man ever held in the UK? Well, historically, it was always to do with the tourist board, wasn't it? So countries' tourist board would pay or like hugely supplement all of the travel costs and the hotel stays and everything. Because I don't know what the old US shows were like, but the UK ones, they were almost half like a travel video, weren't they? And like in between events, they tell you about the area and the historic sites and all that sort of stuff. But recently, since COVID, they've been stuck in the USA. No offense, USA, we love it there. But it would be really nice to see it travel again, wouldn't it?
I'd love it to go some different places. Not that we love going to America, but it would just be cool to see it back into different countries.
Yeah, I think one issue with it being in the UK is that fans would just stampede on it. I don't think they could ever be fully prepared for how many people would show up if it turned up in the UK, even if it was just one of our neighboring countries that was pretty cheap and easy to fly or drive to.
I did Worlds in Malta, and a lot of British fans came to that.
Yeah, so imagine how many would come.
And that was when Strongman was nowhere near as big as it is now.
So. Yeah, that was like back in 2009, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully catch you after Europe's Strongest Man. First time with VIP. Need your 6 in my flag. Yeah, we'll be there afterwards.
Indeed.
Loz has a table with someone, and I just usually hang around behind him somewhere. Liz did not do anything. Thank you, Bron Chopped. Thank you. I'm an innocent woman. The puppy leaked. Yeah. Hello from Iceland, North Carolina. Liz leaks. Oh dear.
That is going to be your new name.
Andre, oh God, I hope not. Andre with the members comment, Martin's new video, he will rest until Rogue. Yes. So it looks like the Rogue Invitational could potentially be the comeback competition for Martins and Mateusz, possibly.
Yeah.
But
seems to be a trend for both of them.
Yeah, it does with the Rogue, yeah.
Well, the Rogue with the Arnolds.
Yeah. Why is Mateusz out?
Unfortunately, he tore his Achilles in his last heavy training session.
Yeah. Scott, thank you very much for the super chat. Some of those exercise contraptions are pretty rubbish, but they're almost universally better than doing nothing.
Absolutely. Doing something is always better than nothing. So
movement is medicine.
Is it? There we go. Let Auntie Liz with her quotes for today. But yeah, if Fred has the ability to do something, it's better than sitting around doing nothing. And obviously, as a truck driver, you're often just sat doing nothing. It's good to have some kind of movement. It's going to help his joints. It's going to help his, well-being. He's going to move better. So,
well, you trained Jiminy Crickets, who was in a right state after
he was in a state.
Driving, wasn't
he? I hope he's not watching it.
No, he won't mind me saying he wasn't he?
The guy was in a right state.
I don't mean physically to look at, but he couldn't squat at all, could he?
He couldn't do a lot.
No, exactly, because he's
now he's like a new man.
He's a new man because of exercise. He's
a good man. Yes. Indeed.
Yeah. There you go. Can you remind us all of the events at Europe's? Of course. So Europe's Strongest Man, they have a deadlift ladder, which I think tops out at 380 kilos. They have the Viking press for reps. They have the stone walk, the Nicol stone walk. They have a car walk. They have the Atlas stones. Is that 5 events? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. There you go.
Good events for, I've said this since the events came out. I think really good events for Luke Stoltman.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think Shane Flowers is looking in really good shape as well.
Shane's been training hard.
Really well. Yeah. Not sure. Have we seen Shane do a stone walk? I don't think we have.
No. I can't recall him doing a stone walk.
Yeah.
We've got both Ukrainian athletes that will be competing as well. It's always difficult to know what kind of shape they're in, but Novikov was in decent shape at the Arnolds. He didn't do that well in terms of results, but the events were really bad for him. But his actual results were better than he's done in the past.
Yeah.
So with a competition like this, which will probably be better suited for him, I expect him to do well.
Yeah.
Pavlo obviously is the current champion. If he can kind of show the form he was in at last year's,
I think Pavlo just needs a really good run on the stone walk to be in with a chance.
He's been training it hard. I know.
Yeah,
that.
I've seen the videos. He's looking good in training.
They're all looking good in training.
Yeah.
Obviously, being good in training and being good in the competition is 2 different things, and that's what we wait to see what happens. Who's going to turn up and who's going to smash it?
If the 5 guys not confirmed for Worlds place poorly at Europe's, where do you think they will look to fill the remaining places? Lucas Hatton for sure.
Lucas Hatton should already be invited.
He should.
It's a shame that he hasn't been. Both of us feel the same about that. Whether they would look at Lucas, I honestly can't say. They probably won't, which is such a travesty, really. You know, Lucas just needs to keep training hard and come back and win more comps. But eventually you can't get ignored. But if I had my way, he'd be in. It wouldn't even be like a reserve. He'd be
he'd
competing
just be one of the 30,
and invited. So
100%.
yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I think out of all the people that haven't been invited, the guy out there that could make a final is Lucas.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else is really going to make a final that you invite to Worlds at this point.
No, I don't think
Which
so.
probably sounds pretty harsh, but it's the reality.
There are some
really.
that could maybe.
I mean, okay, Thor, but Thor's probably been invited. Kiliashkovsky's injured. Martins is kind of not doing it. So after that,
I think there's a couple that maybe could, like Andre Foitu. I think if he had a good run,
I don't think he's there yet.
He's really good at like events that he doesn't look like he'd be good at.
He is very good, but he wouldn't be like. I mean, nothing's impossible.
No,
but he's not like someone that you think, yeah, that guy's going to make a final.
Also, he needs to work on his stones.
He's got events he's got to get better at. He's not done enough yet to prove he's
everyone
top 10.
Needs to work on their stones because we've still got the damn stone off, haven't we? So never mind. Got my tickets for Vegas. Excited for my first pro strongman competition.
That will be awesome,
that's awesome, Zach. That would be a really good one. There are more fans willing to travel in the US. Proof, World's Strongest Man last year, and compared the Arnold UK versus US crowds. To be fair, the Arnold UK marketing
totally different comps. The Arnold UK and the Arnolds are different comps, different level of competition.
Not even the competition; it's the event itself. Like the Arnold USA has been going, I think, since. It's like the 80s or 90s. Like obviously Strongman as a competition was added in 2002, but it was running as a bodybuilding thing long before that. The one in the UK this year had almost like no advertisement. It was quite poor, wasn't it, on the marketing front? Like very little information coming out.
Yeah. But, whereas like Europe's Strongest Man has already sold out. It's 12,000, 10,000, 12,000.
It's 10 to 12,000 that stadium arena. Sorry, yeah.
It's Yeah.
No, not saying there's not crowds in the USA.
There's definitely
but
crowds.
It's harder to travel around the USA, as you know. It's a much bigger country, and travel can be really expensive.
I think even the athletes will say the biggest crowds are in the UK. Right now, I think the size of the country really helps.
It does.
No one has to go that far. Yeah. Whereas you guys in the States, you've got to get a plane or something to get to some of these big events. In the UK, the furthest anyone would have to drive would probably be around 6 hours. So it's much easier to get to the events. That's the real difference.
I find it odd that there are still tickets available for World's Strongest Man. Last year, it seemed like VIP sold out in a few hours. Yeah, and this is a part of the issue we have with the lack of hype. Like they posted about it once, and I don't think they've posted about it again since, which is crazy to me. Like you keep pushing those ticket sales and trying to get people to come and, make a big thing of it, but
it's just not been. I'm going to quickly go on to the World's Strongest Man Instagram, see what they've been posting.
Loz here now as a social media critic.
I am. Good. There's a video of Pavlo training, but it just says beast mode activated, which clearly means someone that posted this knows nothing about strongman. The next one is it's go time for Ivers. Then we've got
who's going to add to the list.
Yeah, less than 4 weeks to add to the crown of champions. Okay, that's a decent post. We've got some of the best winners there.
Well, it's the most recent ones.
Yeah.
Matt Ragg working at McDonald's.
What's that got to do with anything? What he does as a job. Matt Ragg is a beast. Let's build him up. Then we've got a post about Terry.
When Bay texts that she's coming to World's Strongest Man 2024.
Now I'm going to openly admit I am rubbish at social media.
You're not being paid to do it though.
No.
Someone is.
I am absolutely rubbish at social media, so I'm not kind of saying anything, but I think Derek Poundstone was an absolute unit.
Yeah. That is a weird post to put up, like in the weeks leading up to World's Strongest Man. Loz, thoughts on Nicol stones at Worlds? I know you didn't like the Dinnies at the Arnold Strongman Classic.
I like these as a feat of strength, just as a random feat of strength, I don't think they're a great event for finding out who is the best in the world at something. Although I'd rather see the Dinnies than the Nicols, if I'm honest, because the Nicols are much lighter and probably even more awkward.
Yeah.
Whereas the Dinnies at least are damn heavy.
Yeah. But then it's less spectacular when there are guys just walking a couple of feet, because it's in the heats, isn't it? All 30 guys are going to do it.
But when they did the Dinnies at Arnold's, a fair few guys carried it a good distance.
Oh, I was impressed with the
and
distances.
I think, you know, the more real strong guys that do it, we're going to see more and more distances. But it is very much that mental toughness. I'd rather see a heavy farmer's walk, if I'm personally honest, like a heavy frame farmer's walk, something like that, over them.
Yeah.
And I like the Dinnies. I like the Nicol stones as just a standalone test, like going up to Scotland and trying random stones, or going to Iceland and lifting random stones, or doing what Martins does with traveling all over the world. There's these cool feats of strength to try. But I think to decide the world's strongest man, I don't personally think they're the best event.
Loz, are you single?
No, I am married.
What are you going to say? I apologize. Look who's in here. It's Rongo Keen. Hi, my friends. I'm on my way to New Zealand to help out a few youth groups to give back to communities. I'm so excited.
Fantastic. Have an amazing time, buddy.
We love Rongo. Have a safe trip. But they have a nice weather down there. It's been so miserable here. Although we had a bit of sunshine today, didn't we? But blowing a storm out.
Rongo didn't get an invite to Worlds.
Yeah.
He's dropping a video about it soon. We will be tuning in, buddy.
But Rongo does have his visa sorted now, so all he needs is that call. What else?
Getting back into Iceland for the Magnusson class. He won that 2 years ago. Not last year, the year before he won that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, not last year, year before. You still have to get people talking amongst themselves. Sometimes it's hard to see. I got my tickets for the world's strongest man. Way expensive. It is expensive.
How much are they?
How much was it? I can't remember. I think it's like under $100 a day, which gets you a seat as well. Now there is seating, but it doesn't seem to be allocated. Is that right? Like, I would want an allocated seat. I want to know that that's my seat.
Let us know what kind of shape Matt is looking in. I'm looking forward to seeing Matt at Worlds.
Oh, that's cool. Australia's strongest man is coming up very soon as well. I think it's week after next.
Yep.
Is it? Yeah.
It is. Yeah, very soon.
You gonna click?
I'm sorry.
There you go. Where are we? Oh, Lars is married. Who's the lucky guy? You promised you would tell us the events last Sunday if you didn't get them yet.
So
Please.
Auntie Liz just told you the events for Europe's, so let's presume that's the events for the heats. There's no different events in the heats. Stones, the stone off.
Stone off in the heats.
I'm trying to think. So in the final, now bear in mind, World's Strongest Man can change events.
Yeah.
And,
right up to the last minute.
For those of you that know me very well, I'm still a bit bitter about 2014.
Yes.
But I won't go into it in too much detail. But let's presume with Mitch and everyone else training Axel, there is a max Axel.
Maxel.
There'll be a deadlift. I think it's an elevated deadlift slightly.
Tires.
Atlas stones. Clearly. There's no truck pull this year. I know there's definitely no truck pull. Like either a car walk or yoke type event.
Frame into yoke.
There was going to be arm over arm, but that's been replaced with a keg toss throw.
Max height.
And one more event.
Or have I said them all? Isn't there? Did you do the overhead, the deadlift, the throw, the frame?
I think that's it.
The stones. What? No.
Loading. There's like a steeplechase.
That's in the heats.
Is that in the heats?
Yeah, that's in the heats. What have you forgotten then?
Auntie Liz will double check.
Got a fact check.
Oh, I know. I remembered.
Go on then.
Conan's circle.
Well done.
Conan's circle.
There you go.
Axel for max. Stones. Yoke into frame.
We didn't leak; it was already out there. So
very good events for Mr. Hooper.
It is good events for Mitch. It is. Yeah. I think yeah. Is Jaco Schoonwinkel going to be at Worlds this year? He was amazing last year. Yes, he's back
He is invited. Yeah, he's been training hard. He's looking good in training. So
we haven't seen him compete since Worlds last year.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah. 250 for VIP per day. Yeah, that sounds about right for VIP. What
is it? 3 days of heats, 2-day final, or is that?
Is the first, second, third? Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so.
Something like
it's
that.
5 days of competition, I think.
I know it's changed because when I was competing, they did 4 days of heats, 2 days rest, and a 2-day final.
Yeah, those 2 days of rest were nice, weren't they? They don't do that anymore. No. Used to be out there for sort of 10 to 12 days.
Mm-hmm. What are these kind of stickers people are posting?
I have no idea. It's $100 per day at the weekend, so that's for the final. Okay. Yeah, standard ticket price, I'm guessing. Liz League shirts coming soon. No, stop it. Fine. They can still change events.
No truck pull this year. No.
If they tell us. No truck pull this year. Is there going to be a stream of some sort? Wow. There was supposed to be. But the way it's going with the social media and the lack of information, like there's literally nothing to suggest that there will be, is there? Like, you know, I would, if it was me and my event, I'd be like, sign up now, get in early, like book it now. And then bam, on the day, you're straight in, you're watching, you've already got your account. That's what I'd be doing. But so who knows? Thank God we have our spreadsheets, eh? Fantastic events for PAV too, I would think. They are good events for PAV in the final.
Yeah, deadlift obviously is probably.
Yeah, but it's always going to be, well, hopefully not always. Obviously, he could improve his deadlift maybe. Loved the Kaz video. Thank you very much, Griff. We enjoyed that one too. Loz, did you or anyone in your family ever run into Fred and Rose West when you lived in Gloucester? You mentioned watching serial killer documentaries in your last live, and it gave me an excuse to ask.
So my mum swears that Fred West wolf whistled at her once.
What?
Honestly, like when she was like a student or something, because he's a builder.
Oh, and, probably did then.
Yeah. But I went to the college literally across from where they lived.
Yeah.
So my college was literally like, this is like where my college is. There was a road, and then there's like a block of houses that Fred West lived.
It's knocked down.
It's knocked down now.
Yeah,
the house is knocked down. But I drove you past there, I believe.
Yeah,
to show
you
you
did.
once.
Yeah, you gave me a little tour. That's where Fred was. Thanks, Loz. This is quite early into our relationship as well.
Me personally, no, I don't believe I ever bumped into him in any form, but my mum swears that she did.
There you go. Deary me. Oh.
Also, the coffee shop that she worked at, I've been to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I didn't know she worked at a coffee shop.
She worked in a coffee shop opposite the Regent Arcade.
Mm-hmm. They really need to figure out the live stream. People would pay for a live stream. Yeah, of course. Like
we'd pay for a live stream.
Yeah, of course we would.
We'd love to have like a watch along party with you guys.
Yeah,
you know?
rather than a wait party.
Yeah.
My God, a watch party would be so much more fun for all of us.
Yeah.
World's Strongest Man this year is literally how to not promote the biggest event of the year.
That's the sad thing. It is kind of like feeling like that. You know, we've got the Shore Classic, we've got Rogue, we've got the Arnolds, the Giants live shows. There's other great shows that have been putting on. World's Strongest Man, it is an important show. Like without World's Strongest Man, there's no Strongman. Without World's Strongest Man, there'd be no Brian Shaw, there'd be no Thor, there'd be no Eddie Hall, there'd be none of those like, you know, Zadrunas. So World's Strongest Man is important. You know, I got into Strongman because of World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
All these other shows that are put on are because of World's Strongest Man. Let's make it the show that it should be. It shouldn't be even a level with those.
No.
And it's almost like dropping below that level. World's Strongest Man should be the event. It should be the one we're all most excited about watching every year. And yeah, like for some of us hardcore fans, it's becoming to the point where
people are getting tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a shame.
Which is a shame because it could be amazing.
And it should be amazing. Like, the problem with it is, and people are like, I want this competition to overtake, like nothing else is even close. Even though we think there are competitions that are better run and have better events and, you know, a truer test, if you like, you could go to almost any country in the world and you'll find someone who's heard of the world's strongest man, but you're going to be hard pushed to find people who have heard of the Arnold Strongman Classic or the Shaw Classic or Giants Live and stuff like this. Like, it does have that reach, doesn't it? And it has the history, but they're just not doing with it what we want them to do, and is to continue to grow and build the sport. Like, everything else around it is growing except what's supposed to be the main event. So very frustrating for fans. And obviously I include us in that. Matt racked a podium this year at World's Strongest Man. He's definitely capable. Obviously, you know, one big thing, we won't find it out until everyone's landed and is definitely there and competing, is the groups and who ends up with who. Because last year I thought some of those groups were a hot mess.
You wait, it'll be like Tom Stoltman, Mitch Hooper, Matt Ragg, and Evan Singleton all in the same group.
Imagine. And Bobby. Of course, Bobby. You got to throw Bobby in that group. Oh, man, don't. I will lose my shit. I will. Because, the problem is, there's no seeding, but there is. And there are some guys, like, so say if Max Siemens up in there, Rauno on the stone off last year, like, not winning your group and ending up in a stone off with one of these unseeded athletes who is incredible at Atlas stones will absolutely destroy you for the final.
One of the reasons I hate the stone off so much, like, it could be any event. Right?
Yeah.
Any event is going to favor someone that's good at a specific event. Yeah. So let's say the final event was log. Suddenly Graham Hicks thinks, I'm just going to coast, come in third. I know I can make the final. Someone like Mitch can be like, I'm going to coast. If it was a log, for a yoke, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, there's athletes that are really good at certain events, because we're all good at different things as strongmen. There's certain things, you know, you might not be the best strongman in the world, but there's some events you're just really bloody good at. If you're competing at World's Strongest Man, you're good at some stuff. I don't like that it favors so much on one event. And then an event like the Stones, if you go against another person that's really good, you are destroying yourself before you get to the final.
It's not like a yoke where there's the finish line, is it? Or something when you're probably going to do 5 to 6 reps, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
it is brutal.
Brian had to lift that stone 10 or 11 times.
Like, if you were like Tom Stoltman, amazing stone lifter, but say he is up against a
Rauno.
Yeah.
Matt Ragg.
Yeah. Lots of people.
Yeah.
You could chuck into that scenario. He gets to the final, but he's had to kill himself.
Yeah.
And suddenly he's got nothing left for the final.
Yeah. It detracts from the final.
I feel
it does as well. I just, like, your finals almost split into 2 halves. Those who had to do the stone off and those who didn't. Anyway, we didn't mean to just come on and whinge.
No.
Hedgehog, thank you for gifting a membership. Monica agreeing lack of promotion is disappointing this year. Love the Kaz video. Hope to see more. Thank you, Sarah. There will definitely be many more of those.
Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy those. If you could, please share them, because it helps us massively, and we want to try and do as many as we can of those. We've got a number planned. They do take a lot of time. So, if you can kind of give them a view, give them a share, it helps hugely. So thank you, guys.
Group 4 last year was so annoyingly clearly seeded. I'm trying to think who was in Group 4 last year. Is that Brian's group?
I can't remember.
I think so. Group 3 was Mitch's group. Group 1 was Tom's. 2 was Lexi's. 5 was Evan and Trey. Yeah. But it didn't actually go how we thought it would. I don't think anyone before World's Strongest Man was predicting Jaco Schoonwinkel would win that group. Like, especially when you looked at the events, like, Kevin and Adam, I expected to do much better with those events in that group. So anything can happen. The stone off needs to go away. Felt bad for Bobby and Rauno. Yeah, Bobby's someone who's always hurt by the stone off. Like, the one time he made the final, it's because he won the group, didn't he?
Yeah, Bobby has 2 major weaknesses when it comes to stones. He's torn his biceps and he's got the fused toes.
Yeah.
So the extension through the foot is very difficult for him.
Holes through the toes.
Yeah.
Rauno, the Hitman, Hainler, Merck, anyone on stones. Yeah, and, doing a series like stone
a couple of years ago
again and again is different to a run, isn't it, where it's for speed.
The one athlete did 20 reps on a stone. Do you remember?
Oh God, was it Nicol?
No, not
Sugarpov.
McKellen. No, it
No?
was
Belsack.
Belsack.
Belsack. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yes.
click into the mic. Yeah, Belsack did. And he
20
still didn't get
reps.
through, did he?
No.
No. Ridiculous, honestly. That was when it was a last man standing, wasn't it? Where one would come in when someone failed, and then
Yeah.
Oh god. Honestly, these silly shenanigans. Where's the cute fur baby? She is asleep at our feet.
She's a very good girl. No, she's not at her feet, but she's asleep.
She's around. There you go. Is Mitch going to do any specific training for the max deadlift in Vegas, or just do his best and concentrate on winning the show?
For right now, our focus is World's Strongest Man. Mitch isn't even thinking about the deadlift yet. We'll discuss that after Worlds. The start of the year, myself and Mitch were like solely focused on the Arnold and World's Strongest Man. After he's got loads of comps lined up, and we'll train, but not with the same kind of intent. His the goal is to win World's Strongest Man.
People were saying it was rigged for Brian to get his 5th title last year. Wow, Brian had such a huge.
People always say the events are rigged for a certain athlete. I mean, I took the piss out of Mitch saying they've rigged the events for you this year. It's not true. Every year people said they were rigged for Eddie. People have said they were rigged for Zadrunas. People have said they were rigged for Pudzianowski. Every year someone wins, and someone will say the events are rigged. They're never rigged for an athlete.
No.
They may just happen to favor an athlete, but that's strongman. We could do every single comp, and the events are going to favor someone. Yeah. I think the events for Europe's favor Luke Stoltman.
Yeah.
But it's not rigged for Luke Stoltman.
No.
It just happens to be these are a good set of events for Luke.
Yeah.
And you could do the next Giants Live might be crap for him. It's just how strongman is, because we have different events and different competitions.
Yeah.
The reality is now with someone like Mitch, you can't really put any events there and say, oh, it's rigged. And the great guys are like that. Brian Shaw's, Thor's, Zadrunas. They just got good at everything. But that's why they're great.
Yeah,
they can win any
you'll say those are great events for blah blah blah, because what isn't?
Yeah.
For the most part. Yeah. But also, like, there's been an event change in the final this year. That's because of a sponsorship thing.
It's nothing to do with trying to favor an athlete. Yeah, if a sponsor can't provide something or wants something different, they need to change the events.
Yeah. There's always a group of deaf. Mitchell Hooper was in it 2 years in a row. I think last year would have been much worse if Mateusz was in good shape. Like when we first saw that, we were like, what on earth? Because you have Matt Ragg, Mitch, Mateusz, Ivers.
Yeah, that was a tough group.
It was a stacked group, yeah. And yeah, the first year, he did go into a hard group because it's Brian.
He should have been in there. Like, he was unknown.
And totally unseeded.
Like, so Matt Ragg was really unknown last year. Yeah. This year, Matt Ragg is going to be more of a seed, you think?
You would think. He obviously made the final last year, and he was on the podium at the World Tour
Finals, which is quite a high rating in terms of where athletes will end up.
Yeah, even though there's no seeding. Wondered what happened to Belsack. He had a hip replacement, didn't he? Yeah.
Been doing a bit of arm wrestling and MMA as well, and I believe he's doing a little bit of strongman just to like sort of localish level.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any plans, does he, to come back to international competition?
Do you know someone that is training again that makes me happy is Johannes Aho?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah,
he's training, which is pretty cool.
He lost a load of weight.
So much smaller, but I've watched his training just quietly. He's getting stronger each week.
Yeah. It was always rigged against Uncle Loz.
Always.
Even though there's no rigging. I hope Mateusz can come back for the Rogue. Yeah, definitely. Please do a special
even when like those events changed for me, it was nothing to do with athletes. Like,
no, I know.
They couldn't, like, as much as I whinge about it, it was supposed to be a yoke and a frame. That's what they said it was going to be.
Yeah.
But
there was a location change.
The location was changed to sand, and you really can't do those events on sand. No. So as upsetting as it was for someone that was good at those events, it wasn't done to spite me. No. It was just, there
are so many factors that come into why things happen the way that they happen. Like before, there's been pull events on cobblestones where things literally were getting
the reality is, if things were tested and planned out, in advance, we wouldn't be in those situations. Yeah. But, it's not a personal vendetta against athletes. No. That's what I'm saying.
Patrick, you are two amazing humans. You're very sweet.
Thank you so much, Patrick.
We're just ordinary, aren't we?
I'm relatively special. You're ordinary.
Anthony, thank you for the super chat. Love the video you did with Mitch on coaching and your assessment on his training. Do you see any particular areas or events that Mitch needs to focus on?
There's always things that we can get better. And something I kind of work on with every single athlete that I work with is focus on getting better. That is always the goal. Mitch is an extremely talented athlete that we've all seen what he can do. But the goal when I coach him is the same as when I'm coaching a beginner in terms of get better. How do I help this person improve? And that's always what I'm looking to do, is looking at their abilities, looking at their strengths, their weaknesses, areas that need working on. There are things that Mitch can still get better at, and we will continue, as long as he's continuing with Strongman, we will continue to look at how we make him better. His strict pressing power can definitely get better. We worked a lot on sort of putting some muscle on him this sort of off season. We've worked very, very hard on his grip strength, which has improved a lot. His stones need to become more consistent still, and his recent training videos on stones, by the way, he sent me a few, are looking the best. Like, everything right now with Mitch is the best he's ever been. And my main focus with Mitch now, as we're getting close to Worlds, is just keep him healthy. The most important thing now is that he gets to World's Strongest Man as fresh as possible, because he's already in great shape. So I'm, every day I'm like, don't over push anything. If you're feeling, if you feel anything at all, back off, stick to numbers. There's no need to take any unnecessary risks now. He will, because he feels like he likes to push it. But, he knows the most important thing now is get to Worlds, because he is in the best shape he's ever been in. He's even better than he was leading up to the Arnolds. The progress has been incredible. I truly believe he will win World's Strongest Man. I've never been so confident of one of my athletes, because there's always questions and nothing is guaranteed. Anything can happen. There's some great athletes still in this competition, some great competition. But if I was going to put a percentage on it, I'd say 80% he is the favorite to win World's Strongest Man.
There you go.
I genuinely believe he's the man to beat.
Scotland has made a lovely haiku using Bing AI. Loose lips, Liz whispers, leaking secrets, fate unfolds, likely Mitch win. Very nice. Love a bit of poetry. There we go. We got a super chat. Thank you very much, Dalton. Random spin on a question you'll get a lot. If you had to make up an unconventional event for a competition that's never been done before, what would it be? All right, I've got one.
Go on.
Mine would be, so Gladiators,
yeah,
they had the Eliminator at the end. Mine would be a really heavy, like, combi event like that. So not the Eliminator where they're running up ramps and stuff, but say
like that stupid crazy event that we did on that random video once, where they were like climbing up a rope, then doing a bench press, then doing a sandbag,
but way harder. So imagine loading into this rig that you then arm over arm vertical hoist, and then going into something else, and you've got to carry it or something like that, some sort of combined. Well, it's something that we've never seen before. Yeah, and it would test lots of different areas of strength.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you know what, though?
What?
I did watch the first episode of Physical 100 today.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
I like that show.
Yeah, I like that show too.
I don't know if anyone else has watched. Someone asked me last week. Just that question just reminded me of it.
The first episode, God, the half of it, in fact, 3/4 of it was introducing all 100 people, wasn't it?
There was a guy that was 200 kilos on
I know.
Didn't do too well on the running of it.
No, he did not. No. How serious are you and Brian Shaw training for arm wrestling? Will you both ever compete?
I train arm wrestling pretty seriously. I've been arm wrestling tonight. I tend to go most weeks to an arm wrestling club, and I try and do some form of arm wrestling work in the week. But I just do it as a hobby. I'm not trying to become a pro arm wrestler or anything. I just enjoy arm wrestling. Literally, my training right now is a combination of bodybuilding, fitness work, and arm wrestling. But I'm not sort of pursuing any sort of, I'm not pursuing anything with like the same passion that I did with Strongman. Strongman, my goal was to be the absolute best in the world. I was, a man on a mission. Whereas these days I just enjoy training. I'm very focused on my work and my family and other commitments, that training is just something that I do for fun. It's quite funny when people kind of see me lifting something. Oh, you're still quite strong. I thought you were retired. I'll always train.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a life where I don't train. It would just be weird to me to not train.
Would you do all that extra time?
I know. I don't have a lot of extra time, to be fair. But it's it's just something that's ingrained into me. I love training. I love going arm wrestling. I love lots of different forms of training, sports in general. So it would just be weird to me to not train. But yeah, I'm not trying to become like a pro arm wrestler, but I am trying to get better. And, I want to do a few competitions for fun and, see where I end up going. I'm not putting pressure on myself that like, some people are, I've got to be the best, I've got to be the world's strongest man. I've got to be like a pro arm wrestler. I'm just enjoying arm wrestling. And I think it's important sometimes to just enjoy training. It's nice if you enjoy it, because then you work hard and you keep doing it. And if you keep doing it, you tend to get better.
Yeah. How much of a say do the likes of Colin, Darren, and Steve Slater have in World's Strongest Man in all?
Steve Slater, almost nothing at all. Darren and Colin are employed by World's Strongest Man in an advisory role. They obviously have a say in what happens, but they don't have any final say.
No, so everything has to be signed off by the producers, but they are part of the selection committee and events. The basic things that need to happen in order to run a show, except for the TV side of it, I guess, and travel and all those other logistics. But everything has to be signed off. I think
if something bad happens, Darren's the man that will sort things out with people.
Yeah.
Darren's
Colin's one that will take the blame.
Darren is an amazing man. He's done an amazing job with Giants Live. He's a no-nonsense he gets stuff done. Yeah. And if he was in charge of World's Strongest Man, I think Worlds would be even better.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot more to it than that. Unfortunately. Rick, member for 2 years. Thank you so much, Rick. A very valued member. Rick, he's got the little spanner because
yes,
he helps moderate for us as well during busy periods. There was a very...
Gav came down to the gym this week. I just saw that. Gav Bilton came down to train the Nicol stands. He's looking huge. Says his knee's okay. So
good.
Look forward to seeing Gav do Worlds and Europe's. Is he doing Europe's?
Yeah, he's doing Europe's, yeah. Brandon with a very important question. Loz, how many pieces of sushi do you think you could eat in one sitting? Matt Ragg, I think, ate a ridiculous amount recently.
How many did he do?
I don't know. How many did Matt do?
Yeah, I'm about to start working to really get in shape. So working with Josh again in my nutrition.
How many pieces of sushi did you...
Wait. Let me finish.
Okay.
So like my diet's going to be mega strict.
Yeah.
Which means I think I need to have the occasional cheat day where we try some epic sort of challenges.
We were talking about doing a food challenge, weren't we? Just because we're greedy bastards more than anything else, and it's an opportunity to...
We've had meals where Liz out eats me.
Yeah, I can eat.
I could bang away a fair bit of sushi, I think.
I have
How much did Matt do?
I don't know. Someone let us know in the comments. Like some days I can barely eat at all and I function just fine. I can go days and days on end like that. But there are some days where I could eat everything. I could eat the damn house, I'm just starving. But you'd have to get me on one of those good
says
days.
A certain 6'8" Highlander could throw a wrench in your plan, Big Loz. Oh, look, Tom Stoltman for me is definitely the second favorite for World's Strongest Man. I think Tom and Mitch are going to run away with it. This is, me putting the predictions out there. I think Tom is phenomenal, especially at World's Strongest Man. I just feel Mitch is the favorite. If you don't feel that, no problem at all. I don't mind who people think is the favorite. I don't mind if one of them doesn't win. If someone else comes along and wins. But I feel with what I'm seeing right now in recent times, Mitch is the man to beat. Anything is possible, Who knows? Someone that's not even in the competition yet might win it, but the likelihood is probably slim to none.
Oh, Dalton, Liz, that sounds horrendously epic. My eliminator idea. There you go. Thank you, Dalton.
Has some good ideas until it's time for her to do them.
I'm more of a manager than I am a doer. Michael, the members comment, it was me that asked, wait until the final. What did you ask? Wait until the final. Oh, I don't know now. What did you ask, Michael? Let us know, please.
Sorry, Michael.
We've lost focus.
We kind of, our minds go like 100 miles an hour to something else.
Sort of frantically reading ahead as well. Loz, do you think you could fight a bear?
Really small bear. Maybe a baby bear.
A baby bear, yeah.
But I wouldn't want it. Look, it would be really cute.
But
I'm not a fighter.
If you had to protect Holly from a bear, you'd fight
course.
A bear, wouldn't you? She'd just go over and try and bop it on the nose to make friends of it. Silly dog.
Rob's been watching Physical 100. I've only done the first. I just started the second episode, but then it was time to take Ava home.
Yes, yeah.
So I will watch the second episode tomorrow.
How is the family doing? Will we get more members-only family videos? I love, Loz, you smile so big with your daughter and the rest of the kids. I was just saying the other day, we need to do another day in the life of members video.
We're talking, we need to do more members-only videos. So that's some things we do have planned. Yeah, we've got a few sort of family things coming up as well.
Yeah, we've got some nice holidays booked this year as well. We could maybe do a members-only day in the life over there as well, which would be fun. But Alexa, she's not been well this week, has she?
Bless her.
She was in bed half of yesterday, so that's
She was better today. We all went out today, which was nice.
Went to the park, which was really nice. Do you feel the little communication coming from World's Strongest Man is affecting fans' perspective of the show when other shows like Rogue, Arnold, Shaw do everything better? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
we're all becoming a little bit jaded.
The build up to this World is not the same as last year's build up at all.
No.
There was much more hype and
Yeah.
What's Lungu and Rob talking about?
I have no idea.
I'm going to leave them to
it. Yeah. Doesn't have that many calories, so probably 100 pieces of sushi. Oh, people saying
73 pieces. Oof.
Matt and two friends did about
73 between
pieces.
them.
No, each.
Each, okay. Because I like 50 isn't going to be a problem.
Yeah.
50 is not going to be a problem.
The other day,
73, you might start feeling it.
Alexa's really not had an appetite this week. And the other night she was like, I really would like sushi for dinner. So you ordered some sushi, didn't you? And she had a little plate. You ordered way too much, didn't you? I had a little plate. And then you had a mountain of sushi. So maybe you matched it.
Maybe.
Deep fried cream egg.
Did you see the Stoltmans doing that?
No, I didn't. I heard about the video.
Doing deep fried cream eggs.
I would quite like to try that. I've had a deep fried Mars bar. The first time it disgusted me. The second time I learned my standards when I thought, actually, do you know what?
Was it up in Scotland that you had one?
Yeah, it must have. It was in Scotland.
Yeah, it was last year, wasn't it?
Maybe, last time we went. Yeah. You guys do like to deep fry things, don't you? Lungo with the sushi. He has the palate of a child.
Alex literally just like beige food.
He couldn't even come out for dinner with us at the Arnold UK because we weren't going out for pizza.
Love you, buddy.
Oh, bless him. Jonathan, thank you very much for becoming a member and welcome. Malcolm is saying, I'm Canadian, Loz. I also hope Mitch wins. There you go.
I'm not Canadian and I still hope Mitch wins.
Well, you coach him though, so that's a bit different, isn't it?
I mean,
but it's not even a case of hoping. Like, if you look...
Even if I didn't coach Mitch, though, it wouldn't be like, you know, obviously I want Mitch and Bobby and Evan to do really well because I coach them. I've got a relationship with all of them. But I'm friends with a lot of the guys. I'm really good friends with Rauno. I'd love to see Rauno do well. Do I think he can win World's Strongest Man? No. You know, I'd love to be World's Strongest Man myself. And the reality is, like,
you know, it's not gonna...
This is something I feel quite strongly about as well. I was a very good strongman. Okay. I was, you know, I'm going to blow my own horn here. I was a very decent high-level strongman. Okay. In British terms, like a legend of strongman, I'd even say.
Oh.
Okay. But what I did 10 years ago has nothing to do with what I could do now.
No.
I don't deserve to be invited to World's Strongest Man or Britain's Strongest Man without proving that I'm still good enough. So, you know, if I want to go to, say, Britain's Strongest Man next year, I don't believe I should be able to just call up a promoter and say, can I enter?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't. I feel very strongly about that. So if you ever see me do Britain's Strongest Man, the only way I will ever get there is if I go and do the qualifier and prove that I'm good enough. I've told my training partners this because it's important because they have to go through the qualifying system. And I don't feel just because I was good 10 years ago or 5 years ago means you deserve to be going somewhere now. Right now, you've got to look at who the top guys are. And right now, Mitch Hooper is the top guy.
Yeah.
When you look at World's Strongest Man, Tom Stoltman is a beast. Tom Stoltman is an amazing strongman, and he's been top 2 at World's Strongest Man for the last 4 years. So those two have to be the heavy favourites. But when you look at what Mitch has done this last year, he has to be the favourite. Well, that's not a personal attack. That's not me saying I don't like Tom. I love Tom. I think he's awesome. Amazing guy. Very, very proud of what he's done. I have an autistic son who, you know, looks up to Tom. I love what Tom does. I'd be so happy to see Tom win, you know. But I'm taking everything personal out of it and just going on who is the best in the world right now, Mitch Hooper is the best strongman in the world right now.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he will win.
No.
It's, you know, if you think of it like from a bookie's perspective, Mitch Hooper would be the favorite. That is literally all I do when I do these predictions. I don't ever, like, and this is probably where I'm different to a lot of people, I don't pick things based on who I like.
You don't let your personal feelings get into it.
And that's why, like, I hope athletes that watch, if I say I think this guy is going to win, it's not me saying I don't like that guy.
No.
Like,
that would be childish.
Jack, who I train, is, you know, I love him like a, you know, a younger brother.
Yeah.
But I'm brutally honest with him. The guys that I train, like Alex and stuff, they will tell you how brutally honest I am with them. You know, Alex, who's on now, Alex Lungu, who's asking me how he thinks he can do it at the England's qualifier. Alex is looking the best he's ever looked right now. He's doing amazing. And he needs to go there and perform the best he can. He's not proven enough in the past for me to say, yes, you're going to go and win England's strongest man. Just because I like him doesn't mean he's going to win England's strongest man. Yeah. He's got to focus on keeping getting better and keep climbing up that ladder. And he's learning to do that. And I'm super proud of him. But I'm always honest with people. More so when I know people.
Yeah.
You know, the closer I am to people, the more and more brutal I become.
Imagine what I go through.
Poor Auntie Liz. But I just want people to understand, like, me saying Mitch is going to win, or me saying I think Mitch is going to win, because that's the difference. I'm not saying Mitch is going to win. I'm saying I think he's going to win. That is all I'm doing when I say these things. But most of you, if you think logically, would probably agree that he is the favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, the results speak for themselves. And
there's no weak event in there. He is in amazing form. He's actually in the best form he's ever looked right now. I think it's going to be hard to beat. Is your baby down there?
She's right underneath me. Let me see if I can show you guys. Can you see that? She's right underneath the chair that I'm sat on.
She's getting so big.
She's so cute.
Someone says, get well to Alexa. Thank you very much.
Thank you. She's okay. She's a tough cookie, isn't she? She's had her sushi. So she's
thank you, buddy. Just talking about Alex. Go and give him a watch. He is looking good. Alex making 170 axle just look super easy on the weekend.
That's really good. Very nice. Where are we? What is Pizza Crunch? Asks Daryl.
No idea.
Deep fried sushi is the best. My goodness. They should promote World's Strongest Man like the WWE promoted WrestleMania. Yeah, there's a proper
WrestleMania, second night of WrestleMania tonight.
You won't be watching there, will you, Leslie?
No, I'm going to be a bit knackered, I think, by then.
Yeah, got a talking strongman to do after this. Where are we? We need a Magnus for Magnuson special video like the one you did about Jean-Paul, please. Yeah, Magnus is on that list.
We have lots planned.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're enjoying them so far.
And actually, we're with Magnus next week, so maybe I can even get a couple of talking heads from him in person. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Magnus, if you're watching, I'm booking 45 minutes of you. I can bring my new light.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
The new light isn't up yet.
No, we're still using this crappy one. But it will be here.
We're going to make sure things are upgraded by World. So anyone that's given a super chat tonight, thank you so much.
It's helping towards that. Yeah. Where are we?
Better production.
Yes. Tom's mental game has come so far. It really has. I think Tom has always had, like, obviously he's gotten stronger over the years.
I think Tom is supremely gifted.
Yeah.
Supremely. And the mental side is where he's improving. And you're seeing it in other comps now where he didn't used to do so well. He's consistently good now.
Mm.
If an event doesn't go well, he doesn't give up.
No,
he's still fighting. Comes back.
Well, you look at the Shaw Classic last year. He zeroed the first event, and he ended up on the podium. So yeah, we want a doggo camera. Where are we? Oh, thank you very much for the Al Bundy, no less. Thank you very much for the super chat. Love you both dearly. Would it be selfish to commit suicide while you have a 2-year-old daughter, or they wouldn't understand? That's a very dark question.
It's a dark question.
Would it be selfish to commit suicide when you have a 2-year-old daughter? Oh,
it's a horrible position to be in. My cousin committed suicide and left her 5 or 6-year-old at the time.
I think he was a little bit younger, maybe
a bit younger than that. And it's so brutal. And look, I'm someone that's been in that position before where I wanted to end things, and I'm so glad that I didn't. I think we can get ourselves into such dark places and sometimes feel there's not like an escape. But the advice that I'd give anyone in that situation is just focus on one day at a time. You know, my kids mean the absolute world to me. And there was times where I felt I wasn't good enough for them, that I felt like they would be better off without me. And I look back now and I'm so glad that I didn't get to that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, like just keep pushing one day at a time. Things can change, you know, things can change hugely in life. And, you know, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but that person's going to need you down the line.
Yeah. And actually you'll be their world right now at 2 years old. Like I know I was Alexa's world, her whole world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we hope you feel much better soon, because that's not a nice person to be in. Someone saying if this person needs some support, please call for help. Absolutely. Lots and lots of resources.
If you want to message me on Instagram or anything, then please do.
Yeah, Loz is by far the best person to message.
Better than Liz.
Way better than me. But just to end on a lighter note, there is a reason I do not go into my inbox, guys. And I'm going to share some of that with you right now. This is in my other inbox on Instagram. And this has been going on for 2 years, okay? All right. It's actually a really sordid tone.
Liz is changing the subject very, very much so. Hopefully kind of will make you all laugh.
Drastically. 2 years ago, I received a message from a man. Liz, please tell us what size Loz is down there, and does it satisfy you? Then a couple of months later, how big or small of a cock does Mr. Laurence currently have, please?
Does it change? Like
you're growing
monthly?
Mad. I had my most recent message on Thursday. Hello, Liz. Can you please spew the truth about your spouse's cock?
How many messages has this guy sent you?
Many. Over 2 years.
Wow.
I mean, this is why I never go in my other inbox. And now you know why. Because it's full of weirdos. But back onto a serious note. If you are feeling like, there are places you can reach out if you're in the UK. Samaritans is a really good one. There are hotlines for that. Uncle Loz is obviously a very good uncle.
There's so many of you here as well, kind of, you know, just being supportive, and that's good to see. And that's what, you know, we're here for Strongman, but the Strongman community is a very close-knit one.
Yeah.
And it's always worth fighting each and every day.
100%. Just block them. To be fair, I only saw it. I only saw it this week. They're blocked now. I took a screenshot first, though. Big enough, Loz. Exactly. Anyone who's a true fan of the channel knows the answer to that question anyway. Oh dear. Loz does curls down there to make it bigger. Oh dear. From suicide to Loz's cock size. There we go. Tell the people, Liz. I absolutely will not.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's really nice to see how supportive everyone is in the comments as well.
Strongman save
Thank you all very, very much. It's really, really good to see.
Yeah, and our Viking Matthew, he really lost a lot of weight, didn't he? He's a changed man. Now he's beautiful braids and loving life, living in Tenerife. Tenerife's strongest man.
I think I don't mind telling people, because twice in my life I've nearly committed suicide.
Yeah. Well, Mitch talked about it on the podcast with, who's that bodybuilder? Really very famous, one from Wales.
Oh, Flex
Lewis. Yeah, he went into quite graphic detail as well. Like, I think a lot of people have been there at some point in their life, haven't they, where they felt that much despair that it was the only option. But there are people that care about you, whether you think they do or not. And
most of the time, it's your own mind that, you know, puts us in this.
We're all our own worst enemies, aren't we?
Absolutely.
And life can be really
and
shit.
It can be,
hard.
you know, an awful thing to try and fight at times. It really can.
Will you guys get to see the eclipse in the UK? I do not know, Ali. I haven't looked into it that much, but I was sad earlier thinking, no, it's tomorrow. It's on the 8th. It's not going to be anyway. I'm sad I didn't order some eclipse glasses from Amazon so we could look at it if it does happen. Because
the weather in the UK is so bad.
It's so cloudy. You probably won't see it anyway. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Right, what time am I doing this chat?
Very soon. So we're going to have to go.
So we best get going.
Yeah.
But always, guys, thank you for joining us every Sunday. We'll be back next week with Europe's Strongest Man.
Yeah,
Next
Europe's Strongest Man.
weekend. So this week we've got Talking Strongman videos, we've got predictions for Europe, we've got the news video coming out. What else have we got? Who knows? Who knows?
What's Paris saying? Oh, hold on. Highly recommend Hickory's meat platter grape soda. There you go. I love grape soda.
Kane Francis joining us.
Ah, Kane, it's too late for you, mate. Where is he? Yo, yo, yo. Bye, bye, bye.
Is Kane in Europe's?
No, he's not doing Europe's, but hopefully he'll be there supporting Shane.
Yes.
Yes. Fingers crossed we get to see you next weekend, Kane, because he's always a good laugh, isn't he?
He
is doing World's Strongest Man this year.
Though, training hard.
Yeah, really excited.
Guys, have an awesome week. We'll catch you soon. Take care as always.
Smile and wave, Liz. Keep going. Harder.